You know, yesterday Gary talked about the extraordinary results that we achieved as a company last year. He used the word 3 or 4 times, and I'm going to tell you, Culinary had an extraordinary year as well. And so, instead of talking about that, we're going to just acknowledge right now that Culinary was extraordinary last year. I think that what's important for us was the turnaround. And in this company, it's not just the outcome. It's how you achieve the outcome. And when we took a look at what we were looking at with Culinary and the challenges we faced, it truly came down to 2 things. It came down to attitude, and it came down to teamwork. And when I think about all of the different changes that we had to go through with all these people in white here over the past 18 months, and the change that they had to put into place and reinvent themselves and reinvent the business model, it wouldn't happen without teamwork and without attitude. It wasn't just this group right here. We had help from all of the different SBUs. We borrowed best practices from the university, from art and design, from health, and also all of the different departments in corporate. Every department, when I looked at the list, played a role in the turnaround that we had in 2009. So I want to thank all of you for all your help too. So we're going to do it a little different. We're going to talk about what we look for in Culinary and the foundations that we put into place to turn this division around, this SBU around. And at the same time, not only did it get us to where we are today, but it's going to take us into the future. Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier, and that certainly was an example last year. When it is dark enough, you can still see the stars. You know, there was a lot of times in the last 18 months where that was all we had was, it's pretty dark, but look at, there are bright moments of opportunity. So optimism, it all starts with optimism. And optimism is a choice. We have one thing that we own every day when we get out of bed is what is our attitude going to be. You know, we never know what we're going to face. You work in education. Rarely do you get the same day twice. Every day is a new adventure. And the one thing that you own, the one thing that you can control is your attitude. Determine what is going well and write it down. The wheels were falling off. It was difficult to watch all his presentations because when you looked at the graphs at Culinary, it looked like we were falling off of a cliff. So the first thing we did was we got together, we wrote down, what are we doing that's right? What are we doing that's working? What are we doing that we can build upon? Understand that there are challenges, but face them with a positive rather than a negative attitude. We looked at challenges and we did not see any way out of it, but we didn't give up, and we just kept saying, we can figure this out. There's a lot of talent in this company, and there's a lot of talent in this SBU. We can figure it out. We can put together a plan. We can get there. Work at solutions rather than it's broken, it can't be fixed. Subprime lending. When we lost our subprime lending, we didn't have any answers. And where we sit today is with a much better model that does a better job of taking care of our students, both while they're in school and while they're graduating, that our retention rates are actually improving. And Voyager engaged Negaholics. You know, I worked for a company once where I thought they should have had a 12-step program. They're very good at spreading their pessimism, but don't be their audience. Engage them in dialogue and promote them. Try to bring them over to your side. You know, the one bad apple spoils the whole bunch is so true in business. Figure out what we can do to improve our business outcomes. How can we make it better? Let's focus on the positive rather than the negative. I never see anything come good or an outcome or a strategy or tactic come out of focusing on pessimism and being negative. Optimisms don't have to attend pity parties. We all know where the pity parties are. They're on the smoke docks, they're in the break rooms, they're by the coffee machine. And one of the things we learned when we read Riding the Blue Train was that that's our job as the leaders of this company, as the brightest people in this company, to win them over, turn them around, and not participate. All of the presidents, everybody on my team, has this Optimus creed. And I thought I would share it with you. I think it really applies to where we are as a company now. I have one-on-ones every month with Gary, and one of the things I went to talk to him about this last month was, guiding the turnaround was difficult, but now that we're successful, I'm worried about where we're going to go, how we're going to get there, and how we're going to continue to work together as a team. And he shared with me that guiding the successful side of this business is going to be more challenging than turning it around. And so this Optimus creed is something that we have to sometimes, when we're in meetings, read to one another. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Promise yourself to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. Promise yourself to make all your friends feel like there's something worthwhile in them. Promise yourself to look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. Promise yourself to think only the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. Promise yourself to be just as enthusiastic, and this one's important, I'm going to say it again. Promise yourself to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are your own. Promise yourself to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. Promise yourself to wear a cheerful expression at all times and give a smile to every living creature you meet. We love the hello zone. Culinary, we have the hello zone. Anybody within 10 yards of us gets a hello from us. Promise yourself to give so much time to improving yourself that you do not have time to criticize others. Focus on the positive. Promise yourself to be too large to worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. Promise yourself to think the world of yourself and to proclaim this fact to the world, not in loud words, but in great deeds. And finally, promise yourself to live the faith that the whole world is on your side, so as long as you are true to the best that is in you, you are the very best you can. Try it, it works. It's the best practice. We also focused on teamwork. And some people said, Brian, you've done this presentation before. I do it every time I have an opportunity to talk. And I do that because it's so important. What we do, we don't work in manufacturing. We don't work in retail. We work with people. We deal with human lives. We have that opportunity to give people a chance to change their life for the better. And we have to take it very serious. So teamwork is imperative. It's amazing what can be accomplished when nobody cares who gets the credit. And that's success has many parents and failure has none. And so as we become more successful, it's real important that we don't get so focused on who gets the credit for it, but what it is we're actually accomplishing. Keep your eye on the student. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't slip a basketball quote in here. Michael, if you can't pass the ball, you can't play. You really should have been a Portland Trailblazer. So being part of a team, there's just 3 key rules. 1, do what's right. We've seen the challenges that this company has had in the past and what happens when we don't do what's right. In culinary, we're dealing with a little wreckage of the past right now that if we had simply gone by this little common thing, we wouldn't be facing some of the challenges that we have today. We're not in healthcare where we have to make snap decisions every second because someone's life's on the line. If we're not sure something's the right thing to do, don't do it. Go to your supervisor and ask. There's never a good reason, and there's never an excuse to not do what's right. Be the best you can. I talked about it. It costs a lot of money to go to one of our schools. The majority of our students don't have a lot of money. For the majority of our students, this is their only chance at education. And it's real important that they give your very best effort, no matter where you work in the school, every single day. It's not only our job, I believe it's an entitlement that they have, that they get your best efforts every day, that we don't